Hello, Paul here again, MotorZen News. Circle K running on vegetable oil. Tesla sales are down. EV out of money. Self-drive cars in China. OTA performance upgrades. Congestion in Dublin. AVL Racing. Castrol and SSE Airtricity. Circle K from early 2023 is going to start using bio HVO 100 fuel on its trucks. That's hydro-treated vegetable oil. They're going to run all the fleet on this. They say it's going to give a reduction of 90% on emissions. Huge reduction on emissions. They estimate that to be equivalent to taking 2,000 cars off the road. Right now the fuel is only available at Circle K and Dublin Port, and it'll soon be available in Cork and Galway, and the suggestion is that other operators are going to start to use this. Huge reductions in emissions, and you'd have to wonder, does this mean that the life of the diesel engine is now looking brighter than it would have been prior to this fuel? 2,000 cars off the road simply on the fleet of Circle K trucks converting to it. It's huge numbers, and it's going to be interesting to watch. Tesla sales are slowing down in China. They cut the price of the cars by 6% and 9% respectively. It didn't help. They gave $1,000 equivalent discount on insurance. That didn't help. And they were left with 16,000 unsold cars in October. They're now trying to cut the price of the cars by $2,000 to $2,500 or equivalent in China, and that still doesn't seem to be having an effect. So looks like the shine is maybe just starting to come off Tesla at the moment. It seemed that it could do no wrong for a long time, just when maybe he needs all the money he could get, but could be trouble in the camp there for Tesla. Faraday is a EV startup in America, and again it's interesting to watch all these companies that existed for this company has existed since 2014, hasn't made a profit, hasn't made a car. It's supposed to start delivering cars this month, but it says it doesn't know when it's going to be able to deliver them, and it doesn't know if it's going to be able to stay in business. It says that at the end of the third quarter they only had $31 million, which they suggest is not enough to see them through. And it's just fascinating. I mean, who's going to put money into these companies now? They've gone this long and they seem to be able to exist without ever making anything or producing anything. But I think the party's over for so many of these brands right now. And this is going to be another one to watch that may just disappear off the edge of the cliff. Self-driving cars in China. Seems to be a lot of activity in China with the self-driving car. In Beijing, they're after giving a license to 2 more autonomous vehicle manufacturers. Baidu and Pony AI are now allowed to run cars in a 60 square kilometer zone in Beijing with no backup driver. These don't have a backup driver. They're saying they're completely autonomous, and they're testing them in China. It looks to be that China is really surging ahead with the autonomous driving and making a lot of progress there. They seem to be getting the okay from the authorities to test this stuff more so than they are in Europe or America. Pay for speed. Mercedes-Benz in USA are offering an over-the-air update, an OTA update for its EQE and EQS electric vehicles. It says it's going to give you 1 second quicker to 60, and will you hear this? It's going to cost you $1,200 for the upgrade, over the air upgrade, but you only have that upgrade for 1 year. It times out. So $1,200 per year to maintain this upgrade. It's going to be interesting to watch this. So many manufacturers are trying to get behind this thing of or these over-the-air upgrades and subscription-type payment models. But that looks like one that isn't going to work. But yeah, Mercedes are launching that in America at the moment. Over-the-air update for performance enhancement, but you have to pay the subscription once a year. Dublin rates as the 23rd highest congested city in the world. Belfast is 6th highest in Britain. This is a survey done on traffic and traffic congestion, and also part of the survey was to do with low emission zones. And this is the really interesting one. Low emission zones in Italy. Italy is the highest number. It's got 253 low emission zones. Germany has got 82. The UK has got 22. And Ireland has none. And that's one thing I keep thinking is going to start to come our way soon, where they're going to put low emission zones in Dublin. It can't be far away. And when you look at those statistics, I'm very surprised at Italy, 253. But the UK, whereas the only place I experienced it was particularly in London, where you get charged so much money for going in with the wrong emissions output vehicle. I can't think it can be that long before we start to introduce these type of zones in Ireland, and certainly having none doesn't make us look too good on that league chart anyway. AVL Race Tech. AVL is a company that's probably more behind the scenes in assisting engineering development for car manufacturers. They're an Austrian company, but they also have a presence in motorsport. And one thing they're working on at the moment is a hydrogen-fueled internal combustion engine. They've developed an engine on a 2-litre turbocharged block. They're saying that usually with hydrogen you run very lean burn, but that generates less performance. So they're mixing in water injection to increase charge density, and then finding that they're able to run slightly less of a lean burn. They say they can get 150 kilowatts per litre. And this is another angle. This is another thing, the way the future is going. They seem to be putting the resources into this engine because they believe that this is an engine that can suit race customers. So race and rally customers. And I think that that's the way the future is going to go, that we're going to use hydrogen engines for racing and rallying. That's also been seen by Toyota, where Toyota are running Corollas in the Japanese championship that are running on hydrogen. But again, this looks to be an engine that's going to be able to be purchased off the shelf for people that are building race and rally cars, and then be able to install and run in a various range of motorsport applications. But the fact that AVL are spending money on this, I think, suggests that this is definitely the way that motorsport's going to go. Castrol have done a survey to car owners in the UK, 1,000 car owners. I'm only telling you what Castrol said. 40% would like the workshop to state what oil has been used on the car. 39% would like a choice of oils. 53% they say would like to hear about premium lubricants that maximise performance and overall efficiency and overall life of the engine. Now, they say they've asked 1,000 people in the UK, and they say this is what they've got back. I do believe that there probably is a little bit more business in this for workshops to be more proactive about oils and the type of oils they use. I think the customer is becoming more aware of this, and maybe it would be worth having that discussion with them. According to this, it would be worth it, but yeah, some of that stuff's hard to believe in that survey. SSE Electricity have announced that they're going to have a nationwide charge network development plan rolled out over the next 3 or 4 years. They're going to spend €35 million on 30 rapid charge centres. First is going to be Mullingar, Blanchardstown and Greenogue. They reckon they're going to get 10 out in 2023, going to get the 10 in 2024, and the remainder to follow. Rapid charge, as I say, the output's going to be 150 kilowatts, and they are saying that would equate to 12.5 kilometers per minute at the charge points. So you can see maybe now with these charge points strategically located around the country, that the customer confidence may increase, because you can now say if you run out of charge or you're low on charge in these areas, you can get 12.5 kilometers in a minute at these charge points. So again, the development of the charging network is continuing to be developed, maybe not as fast as some people think it should. That's it for this week. If you could please like, comment and subscribe. You know the gig by now. And we are active on TikTok. So if you get a chance, go over there and have a look. We're going to have some more bits of footage. We were at a trade show in Bologna in Italy this year. We weren't sure what to do with some of the stuff, and we've worked out that we're going to start putting up bits and pieces up on TikTok now. Interesting little snippets that we weren't sure how to use, and maybe we'll start to get some interaction on them through TikTok from here out as well.